emotional friend, a paper doll tucked away. No, you won't forget me, folded up, tucked away. In your breast pocket, close to your heart, a paper doll tucked away. Words you wrote on a looking glass. Everyone can read me. I am here, I am there. Torn up pieces of dreams. Am I your paper doll, folded up, tucked away? Take your pen and write on my heart, a paper doll tucked away. No, I don't feel lonely, folded up, tucked away. In your breast pocket, close to your heart, a paper doll tucked away. The words you wrote on a looking glass. functional friend, a paper doll tucked away. No, you won't forget me, folded up, tucked away. In your breast pocket, close to your heart, a paper doll tucked away. The words you wrote are a looking glass. Everyone can read me. I am here, I am there. Torn up pieces of dreams.
Good afternoon and welcome to BMD Cougar Eye Oval. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time since the footy season finished last year. What an end it was for the Broncos. They couldn't quite get home in the end. They're up in a trial against their affiliate club, the Wynnum Seagulls. My name's John Devine. Joining me, and it's been too long. And haven't you been up to some mischief, Cameron Anchor, since the last time I spoke to you?
Yeah, good afternoon, John. Good to be here. A little bit gloomy at BMD Cougar Eye Oval, but still a good afternoon for some footy. It's a packed out chook pen out there as well and all across the ground, so it looks really good. And yeah, hopefully this rain sort of holds off and we get some fast flowing footy out here.
Yeah, so the Tweed Seagulls, too good for the winner. Manly Seagulls, 32 points to 6 there. So, yeah, it's an interesting trial. Everybody hates trials, but they're a necessary evil, aren't they? Because basically you've got to try and see who's best. There's all the kids out there, and they've got to get off, otherwise we won't be playing this game until midnight. But the thing is, we would put a team list up there, but everybody's on each team list except you and me, Cam. There's a cast of thousands going to run out here on Cougar Oval.
Well, they might call you out there yet, John, after hearing about what Dobbo had to say. But yeah,
yeah,
there'll be a few changes as the afternoon goes on. A few players jumping from the Broncos side over to Wynnum and whatnot. As you said, the Wynnum Manly Seagulls are the affiliate side to the Broncos, so they do know each other quite well. They'll be all friends out there until that whistle goes, and then we'll see how they play. But yeah, we'll try and get through a few team lists here, John. But just bear with us this afternoon wherever you are watching from, because there will be a few jersey swaps and a few changes.
Yeah, and as they had last year, a couple of players from Wynnum Manly will play for the Broncos, and then half-time or the 3:25-minute thirds. And then they'll put on the Seagulls jersey, probably still wear the Broncos socks and go out and have a run there. And knowing Matthew Head and Kevy Walters, they will roll out 5 number 5s and 7 number 3s just to really confuse us. But the one name I want to look out for is Bryce Donovan, mate. He's come a long way. We've caught a lot of BRL over the years here. You know, I like to have a go at him, call him Iron Shoulders Bryce Donovan. He's had a great resurgence in his career. John O'Rubin, Connor Broadhurst, all these players are just trying to impress. Tony Tamusa, electrifying at the back as well, you know, up against Credence Toya, Israel Leota. There's a lot of wheels out there. It's muggy conditions and there's a little bit of drizzle. It's not that heavy. Might bring them a little bit closer together, and then you've got the forwards going to go and bash into each other. So for mine, it's going to be a war of attrition, because basically nobody wants to have a bad game, because coaches are looking. The season starts for the Broncos on the 3rd of March or the 2nd of March, or actually it might be the 1st of March if I go all the way back on the Friday night. The NRL starts, and then obviously the Seagulls start a week later. So out to impress.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people do actually watch these games because you get to have a look at the players coming through the systems, the young players that are in line for a debut in the years coming and whatnot. So you do get a lot of people tuning into these matches and coming to the grounds as well, as you can see here at BMD Cougar Eye Oval this afternoon. So you get a good look at some of these players coming through, some that are in the Broncos system, some that are just coming through the Wynnum system as well. So yeah, it's a good chance to get a look at those. As the great rugby league guru says, a lot of could be anythings out there. So we'll see how they go this afternoon. You mentioned the wheels in the back line there for the Wynnum side, the likes of Tamusa, Sione Hopewadi, Sefa Roach, Connor Broadhurst, John O'Rubin. We know how many tries he can score, but I'm just looking at this Wynnum side. One of our favourite players here, John, in the back row, Zacchaeus Chongney. He's an absolute weapon on the field. He's just a big human, an absolute weapon. So I'm intrigued to see how he goes this afternoon. And then you look over the other side. We've seen reports throughout the week. Big Ben Takura from the Brisbane Broncos, apparently in line for a debut this year, barring injuries and whatnot to that Broncos side. But it's been reported he will be the tallest player that's ever played in the NRL if he does get a crack this year. So I'm sure you won't miss him as you tune in this afternoon. You see him on your screens. You'll be able to see those two big humans going at each other, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Some solid forwards there, and also a lot of people looking forward to seeing Blake Moser, the number 9 for the Brisbane Broncos. Very crafty out of dummy half. Obviously he made his debut last year for the Broncos in that Storm match where they had a lot of system players coming through and whatnot. So it'd be good to see how he goes out there this afternoon. And the Broncos, they're skippered by Josh Rogers, who also made his debut in that same game against the Storm last year. So it's good to see how Josh Rogers go. He's a real controlling sort of halfback, and that's what they'll need out there this afternoon. But yeah, plenty of players to look forward to here. Another player that we've talked about a lot, Kololo Saitoa. He'll jump between both sides. It'll be good to see how he goes. And then you got in the number 21 jumper, Tristan Saylor. We know how good of a player he is. He brings in the crowd. So when he gets on the park, it'll be. I'm really looking forward to see how he goes as well and how he chimes in at the back there.
Lots of stars of tomorrow out here today here at BMD Cougar Oval. We see a heap of kids over there. There's like 5,000 kids in one footy. I don't know how much action those kids are going to get over there here, but they'll make way shortly here. Last year, the Broncos, obviously, what a game of... What a grand final. Probably in the top 5 I've seen in the last 20 or 30 years. Didn't get the chocolates of Broncos, but, Cleary just stepped up at the end there. And for the Wynnum Manly Seagulls, the Burleigh Bears, the thorn in the side for the Seagulls for so many years, just absolutely pumped the Seagulls coming semi-final time. And, that was an abrupt end of the season and a bad end of the season there for the Seagulls. But, nobody wants to get hurt in this game here, but you still don't want to take it easy.
You see on your screens now, and the Broncos are already out there. Still plenty of kids out there having a crack as well, but the Broncos, they want to get going, followed by the Wynnum Manly Seagulls now. So they're out on the park here at BMD Cougar Oval. We hope you enjoy the broadcast wherever you are watching from. It's Cameron Anker and John Devine with you on the commentary duties. And as I said, we look forward to watching some of these stars of tomorrow come through and see what they can conjure up here this afternoon.
As I said, 3 25-minute halves or thirds or whatever you want to call. The Seagulls will run towards the chook pen in this first stanza. The Broncos will receive. There's no sunshine. As for some of you who don't know BMD Cougar Oval, it runs east to west here. Generally, the Seagulls play in the afternoon. They like to run towards the chook pen at the back end of the game here so they don't have the sun in their eyes. No such luxury here today. They'll have to put up with the elements of rain in the eyes as we get underway. The kids are just about off the ground here. We've got kids standing on top of the
garage
over
there,
the waffle machine or whatever it is over there as well, and then the jumping castle, the chook pen's just about full. The Arthur Lovell stand is full. From all reports, this is a sellout, which doesn't happen very often. And it's wonderful to see here. Maybe the PNG Hunters game about 5 years ago before COVID was a big day here, but this is massive here for the Seagulls, and everybody's been waiting for footy to get started again. And of course, the old kicking tee doesn't want to play. Here it is. I'm about to get underway shortly.
Yeah, your man Bryce Donovan with tea in hand. See how he goes this afternoon, controlling this Wynnum Manly side. As you said, spent a lot of time with the Devils, but now with the Seagulls.
One player I want to look out for is in wearing number 12 here, the Seagulls. Luke Gale had a great first year here for the Seagulls. We're underway here, trial number 1 here for the BMD Wynnum Manly Seagulls up against the Brisbane Broncos, and the Broncos will run it out there through Karapani. Tackler there this time is Jack Martin. It's a 35-metre line out from the try line.
There's one of the big boppers there in Willison. Everyone's
huge.
intrigued to see how he goes. He's played a couple of games for the Broncos so far. There's the other one, Takura. As I spoke about pre-game, he's a mammoth of a man.
So still a couple of tackles to go. Just go over the halfway line now here, the Broncos. They're going to put it through the hands as the defence has to come up onto the 40, but a few more metres after that tackle here, and one of those there being a Luke Gale. Last tackle now, says the referee, so they'll complete a set here, the Broncos, as we send it into the hands of Kurt Falls. He puts a high ball just on the sideline, and nicely taken over there by Hopawati.
Perfect start for the Broncos there. Well finished off from Kurt Falls, coming over from the Penrith Panthers. controlling the side quite well, putting the ball up in the air on the last, and they got him pinned in a corner here. So a bit of work to do for Wynnum here to get out of their own end. Here's Hopewadi again with his second hit up of the set, but they just drag him back. Moser, one of the tackles. Takota, one of them as well. And they slow the ball right down.
Well, I just want to complete their set as the Broncos did here, but the defensive line here from the Broncos, all up in one line.
They're still inside their 10 here, the Seagulls.
Well, we haven't got any flags here. Normally the Seagull flag flies over the chook pen to give us some idea of what the wind is here. And it's going to kick early in the tackle count. It's going to land on the halfway line. Allowed to bounce here, and he has to take and tackle the ball in the end there. Will Parslow. Kurt Falls.
They got a penalty here, so Brisbane get the first penalty of the match, but that's a credit to the Broncos' defence there. They made Wynnum kick inside their own 20-metre zone. And off the back of that, falls on the footy, no pun intended, but he'll look to find touch here. And they'll have the first real attacking chance of the afternoon here, the Broncos. We've just got time off. The big fella getting attended to here in the middle of the park.
Bentakura, the player getting looked at. I'm not sure whether there's a gash on the eye or they're just making sure he's not a head knock, but a little bit of claret there on the white towel. That might be the 21st century shroud of Turin, mate. They might want to sell that thing with a face of him on blood on the shroud.
Look, that's a big front row pairing, but look at them next to each other. Willison and Takota there. Huge men.
They'll find touch. About 35 metres out from the try line. So the Broncos' handling skills will be at the fore. Falls, gives it off there to Willison. Willison to the 30-metre, gets the tackle there from the alien and Victor Turasoka. Now the other big number 10, Takura. Gale, one of the tacklers. There's 3 or 4 Broncos here on the blind side here on the Wynnum Manly League's club side here at BMD Cougar. They come this way. It's 4-on-4. Goes for a run himself here now. There's Josh Rogers. Rogers quick to his feet. Quick play the ball here with Moser. Moser takes the line before he gets the offload to the halfback and falls. He again tries to get offload, and it's going to be Gale who will pick it up. And Gale will make some good meters. And Luke Gale will get over 10, almost to the 20. And that's a good recovery there from the Seagulls.
Yeah, great recovery from the Seagulls. The Broncos had the momentum. Quick play the balls. Moser off the back of that, pinching a few metres out of dummy half and then handing it off to Falls, who just couldn't handle it as he was looking to try and offload the ball. But yeah, as you said, John, well defended from Wynnum. All the pressure was on them, and Shione Hopewadi now with the ball.
Yeah, good run there from John O'Rubin at the Seagulls as they just try to keep it in hand here, the Wynnum Manly side. Martin, 5 minutes short of the halfway line, takes a tackle of Moser. They come to this as the league's club side. Gale, high-stepping Gale gets over halfway. A couple of tackles still to go here for the Seagulls. 0-0 here at BMD Cougar Eye Oval. And now the big 18 goes for a crack in Turasoka. 32 metres out. And now it's the last. So do they go aerial? Keep it through the hands here. They're in a bit of a pack. They come to the blind side. They put it on the toe down as Bryce Donovan. That's a nice bomb here. He coming through here and a lovely taken there by Leota.
That's Kololo Saitoa as well that's actually started for the Seagulls, named in both sides. He's in the 18 jumper, John, so they might have done a swifty on that, on us there.
Get used to that. Thanks, Matty Head. So the Broncos, so good start here from both sides. One handling error from the Broncos who coughed it up there for Gale to make a bit of a break here. So the handling error is 1-0 in favour of, or unforced errors going towards the Broncos. Toya to the 40. Now they're starting to come through some muscle. That's a great tackle there coming from Will Parslow.
Set
they get the
restart as
offload
well.
and 6 more to go here, so maybe he came out a little bit too early. Gale, the tackler, gets to the 40-metre line. Looking for a quick play the ball here. There's 5-6 Broncos here on the blind side. They find a ball right in the middle of the face there is Paige Wilson, and Wilson will try and get another quick play. Well, again, they come to the blind side. Now he goes back the other way, switches it to Moser. Moser gets the offload. Thank you very much. There's Kurt Falls, and he takes a shot there coming from Chong Ni, and he comes up with a handling area. He wasn't expecting the footy there with Kurt Falls, and a big shot coming from the big number 11.
Yeah, that's big Zach Chong Ni there that made the actual hit, but you just got to roll with Moser as he does that. Couple of steps and gets going, but Zach Chong Ni just read it too well. Not much he can do there, Kurt Falls. Chong Ni was just all over him.
So the second error here from the Broncos handling-wise. That one coming from a big hit there from
They're rolling
Chong
up.
Ni.
They're rolling up the park quite nicely, the Broncos, off the back of Moser and their big boys. They just got to get the finishing touches there to the back of their sets.
Putting it through the hands. First tackle here. Here's a chance here for Hopewadi. And Hopewadi will skirt along the Arthur Lovell grandstand side of BMD Cougar. Quick play the ball here. The halfway line's not far away here. Putting through the hands is with Donovan. Donovan again gives it off. Big shot there coming on there on Martin. But Martin drives forward, gets to the halfway line, and he'll take the tackle there of Moser. Facing a wall of Broncos defenders and not afraid to throw it wide. Here they go again. This time's with Connor Broadhurst. We know how fast he can be, Cam, when he's got open spaces. But he'll take the tackle on the 45 in from the far side. No backline to speak of, but they're going to put it into the hands of Will Parslow. And Parslow finds a ball runner and he gets the ball out the back here again, back to Parslow. Parslow takes it to the line here. Still going is Parslow, trying to get through there. Gets an ankle tap there from Ethan O'Neill. And he'll get up and play it again. The blind side, it seems to be the flavour of the day. Puts it on the toe there. There's Bryce Donovan chasing through then. That's a good kick chase there from the Seagulls. And is he in goal?
Looks
Can't
like
see. There might be a
a goal line drop out here. So a nice set from Wynnum, a nice finish at the back of it, and they force a repeat set. Might have been a little touch there with the trap and scrap from Willison or Rogers, but the ball's bouncing away, and the Broncos get there first, and momentum does the rest to keep them inside the in-goal area here. So a test for the Broncos' defence here, defending their own line.
I just wonder whether those blindside plays that they're actually doing is because the players are close together in the greasy conditions, just trying to keep it a little bit safe. Both sides are numbering up in that defence. So that's a short drop out here. We know what happened last year. Gets the offload here. Ball back inside. Try time. Over he goes. There's Jono Rubin. Welcome to BMD Cougar Eye Oval. It comes on the back of a great set of six here. And a short dropout doesn't work this time. I wasn't sure whether the Broncos would ever do another short line dropout ever again, but they did, and a try ensures. So the Seagulls go ahead 4-0.
Yeah, well, with those new rules, we'll probably see a lot more short dropouts. We have a look at the replay here on Seagulls TV. Kurt Falls, he did it quite nicely. It's just the jump wasn't there. It fell to Wynnum. This is a great offload inside to Jono Rubin. You mentioned earlier, John, he knows how to find the try line. He does it again, and Wynnum, what would you know? They have an early lead here.
Jeffer Roach, great ball back inside here. Got the lovely bounce, of course. The line dropout didn't work for the Broncos, but the Seagulls pounced. But it all goes back to that complete set prior to that. Getting the kick here and the chase was good. Broncos dive on the ball just inside the in-goal area, and that forced the line dropout and the Seagulls pounce.
Oh, they would have loved that in the Chucky there and on the Mitch Cronin Hill just to open up the scoring. Why not? Thank you very much, they said. And Jono Rubin finds the try line, but yeah, as you mentioned, John, great work, a lead-up work from Sefer Roach there. The pressure was on with the short dropout. You got to be good in those situations. He did quite well to take it on the bounce and then also get the offload away as well. Bryce
Donovan with the kicking tee. He'll kick up 25-minute halves of thirds. The first two thirds will be stoppages for injuries, and then the final third stanza will be just running the clock down for 25 minutes straight. So won't be easy in these muggy conditions, but you should be used to it. The last 8 weeks in Brisbane, if you haven't lost 55 kilos every day because of sweat, there's something wrong where you work in air conditioning. Cam?
My partner hasn't. She's putting it on.
Well, that's your fault. But yeah, certainly muggy conditions. So conversion successful. 6-0 to the Broncos. To the Seagulls. And that might stir them up a little bit. But 2 handling errors here from the Broncos so far. The Seagulls so far, no blemishes.
Yeah, costly so far there for the Broncos. And as we see that, as you mentioned, the short dropout, they wouldn't want to. I wonder if they go for it again, mate. It's an interesting rule change, especially you can go short off the kickoffs now as well, which might bring a lot of these into play.
Look, yeah, I would really thought a long restart in greasy conditions could have forced an error further down the field. That's going to be not too big, taken in the in-goal area. So line defence from the Broncos starts to suit up, and here they come, and the first shot's going to come from Josh Rogers, and he'll finish that tackle 10 metres out from the try line.
Number 9
Gale.
There for Wynnum, Cameron Bukowski. He's named in both squads as well. Just one to keep an eye on. He's really short and sharp out of dummy half. We see him with pill in hand right now.
Donovan, Rubin, steps off the right, finds the wall there. One of those is Ethan O'Neill. And again with the man-shoulder and Bentakura. Donovan, ball back underneath here. Now with Jack Martin. Martin will stand and tackle on the 30. Still going, facing the wrong way here. Held, says the referee. Now he'll play a bit of interference. The referee will let that one go. Blind side. Here's a chance here now for Connor Broadhurst. And it's the last tackle. Halfway line has been crossed here by the Seagulls. Let's see what they do. They go aerial. It's high. Is everybody on side? This one's going to be allowed to bounce. No, it's going to be taken on the full there by Leota, and Leota will come back and he'll find the wall of Gale, and that's where the tackle will end.
Excellent set after points from the Seagulls. Just got to their kick, and now they got Brisbane pinned inside their own 30-metre zone with work to do. Ethan Quay-Ward with the ball now. Ethan Quay-Ward back at the Broncos after having a short stint with the Bulldogs where he made his NRL debut. I think he just played the one game, but good to see him back in Broncos colours. There's big wraps on him as well, so he'll be looking to put his best foot forward this afternoon in this trial match.
That's the first penalty of the match. What happened there? That took an eternity. 9 minutes, 11 minutes before the first penalty.
They find touch. 45 out from the try line, the Broncos. They have a good opportunity here. They just get towards the 30-metre zone. Moser now at dummy half.
Bit of a back line here. They come towards the Leafs club side. Gets the offload. Broncos. Well, no ball runner there. He decided to take the tackle in the end there to Kurt Falls. Now the back row, Paige Wilson. Now they're offloading. Back row is Ethan O'Neill, and Ethan O'Neill, Jesus, Seagulls' defence has been strong. There's no first tackles are being completed.
Paige Wilson's getting through a lot of work.
Eight out from the try line. Whoa! Now the referee wants to go back. I don't think he played it on the mark, so he'll have to go back 3/4 of an inch. Back on. Moser. Full back here. Toya. Has he lost the footy? No, he gets the offload. He has lost the footy. That's the third error now.
So Credence Toya at the back here. We see it come out from Falls to Toya, just trying to put a bit of footwork on at the line, and then he didn't even look to offload the ball. It was just a nice hit from Broadhurst who forced the ball loose there. So again, a credit to Wynnum's defence on their own try line. They've come up trumps again.
6-0. 12 minutes, 30 seconds still to go in this first stanza. The scrum will be set right in front of the goalpost, 10 metres out. Feed to the Seagulls. Parslow with the white headgear. Thank you for that. In case there's another 3 number 7s roll out later on this afternoon. Good carry. Almost to the 20 and a penalty now, so it's all square, one apiece here, but that's early in the tackle count and 20 metres out.
Donovan here, he'll take the kick to touch, but again, just marshalling his troops around. They've started quite well, haven't they, John, the Wynnum Manly Seagulls? And it's an interesting year coming up for them in Cup. Obviously, a lot of new faces in their BRL squad and their Cup squad, and Matt Head still remains the coach, so they'll be looking to really get on the front foot early this year. So all these trials mean a lot. You want to build momentum into the season. Yeah,
last year the Seagulls complete turnover of coaching staff and also players, wasn't there? And it was pretty well done. Chong Ni drives over the 50-metre line. It was a great effort, I thought, for the Seagulls in their first year and all the new players and coaching staff. And I thought it was
I'll tell you what, I can't wait to see Chong Ni feature for their Cup side this year. He's, like I've mentioned a couple of times already, he's a beast of a man. You wait till you see if he winds up. Here's Sotawa now.
Sotawa gets a nice short ball coming from Bukowski. Bukowski again. Donovan takes it to the line. Double pumps it. Gives the offload to Will Parslow. And Parslow, he'll stand in the tackle. Last tackle, says the referee. They're 15 out from the try line here of the Seagulls. Can they go over again? Goes himself. Looking rough. He's going to end up with a tackle. But they're 10 metres out from the try line, the Seagulls, and they've got a good completed set again.
Yeah, he opts to run on last there, Bryce Donovan, and just opts to take the change over instead of kicking in towards the goal line. And they'll back their defence again, which, why not, John? They've been pretty solid to start this match. And two tackles down, they're still there, the Broncos. Here's Dean Mariner now.
Need to be patient here and discipline the Seagulls. No penalties. That's the 30-metre line that's been crossed. Quick play the board. Toya gets almost to the halfway line before he's poleaxed, and a couple of tackles there from the Seagulls. Wasn't ready for it. The Seagulls, I'm not sure the market defence is cool there, but it doesn't matter. It's still play on. Still opportunities out wide, and he gets pulled down there as Dean Mariner. 35 out from the try line. The Broncos are stretched all the way out to the left-hand side. Ben Takura cut down. Big shot there coming from Jack Martin. Not a great pass here, but he's going to put it on the toe. Wasn't the last here. The Seagulls have to defend. Reuben doesn't get it. Has he been interfered with in the flight? No, it's going to be a knock-on from the Broncos. So another handling error, but it'll be a changeover.
Yeah, nice attempt from Israel Leota there, getting above the pack. He just couldn't grab the pill on the second grab. He got above Jono Reuben there with the hands above the head. Tried to get it on the second attempt, but Donovan did enough to get in his way. So again, Seagulls defence, they hold up, but they've got some work to do coming out of their own end now.
Jono Reuben didn't mind running into some of the biggest players on the park here. Takura seems to have recovered from that head knock. Involved in the tackle on the 20. Centre of the park here they come. Again, the Seagulls working towards this the Leagues Club side. Wynnum Manly Seagulls Leagues Club. Major sponsor of the B&B Wynnum Manly Seagulls. That's the 40-metre line. Rolls it out the back. Play on, says the referee. Picked up here by Luke Gale, and Gale will skirt the sideline. His foot's almost over the line.
Sneaky little offload by Kololo there. Now the ball with Cruise 10. Shout out to some of our P&G listeners or viewers if you're tuning in this afternoon. Cruise has got a late offload as well.
Bukowski didn't know what to do, but he decided to straighten the play here because not anybody's expecting that offload. Now it's the last here, says the referee. They got numbers to the right and left. It's Parslow. Puts a dinky little kick up here. This is going to test the Broncos' defence. Flies high, bats it back here. Ball's still alive here. Seagulls get close to the try line, and Jack Martin's going to be cut down. I don't know whether it was touched by the Broncos, but it's going to be a changeover. I thought there might have been a hint of it. No? Yes, it is a changeover.
Well, it ended up in the big fella's hands, Jack Martin. Maybe anyone else, they might have been able to get to the try line there, but good on Jack Martin for being there, taking the scrambles after the kick went up. But well evaded from the Broncos in the end.
Long way down the other end of the park here for the Broncos. The Seagulls defence, as I said, needed to be disciplined. Don't give them a piggyback penalty. Keep the pressure up. That's the 20-metre line still in front of the Broncos. They try and work it out. Leota. And Leota is going to be met by 1, 2, 3 Seagulls. Gets to the 30, centre of BMD Cougar Eye Oval. They go to the right out of dummy half. A Cruise 10 crash ball is a feature of his game. So see what happens. Still a long way away from that part of the ground. Parslow gets the offload, goes forward now as Chong Ni, and Chong Ni will take the tackle there with the halfback and Kurt Falls. Dart from dummy half. No look. Oh, there's a shot coming in from the Broncos defensive line. Gets up, quick play the ball. Here's a chance here. Cruise 10 close to the line, going to make a liar out of me. He got close, doesn't quite get across the chalk. Numbers to the right-hand side. Cruise 10 will get up. And that's an effort there from the Broncos defence to stop him from scoring a try here. Now it's with Roach, and Roach spinning, turning out of tackles, and Roach trying to drive forward. He'll take the tackle in the end there as he stands up 1 metre out from the try line.
It'll be a changeover.
It is a changeover.
Have a look at this hit from Willison, I think it was. Just bang. Put him on his front. But well done from Sefer Roach as well. He's been quite impressive with his footwork out on that right-hand side in the centre position. He's been really good.
He reminds me of Cameron Ankin underneath a mirror ball of Fridays.
Well, maybe when I was like 10.
Well,
when I had speed.
Still a kid at heart, mate. Still a kid at heart. Broncos started to work it out. I'll tell you one thing, Cameron Anker. We've been looking at the right-hand side of BMD Cougar Eye Oval for the majority of this first stanza, haven't we? So the Seagulls have certainly been dominant. Luke Gale here is grabbing his left arm. Hopefully he's okay. It's only just a zinger. They're running towards that. That's a short-ish ball. It's going to be a forward pass here, and that'll come back. Another area here from the Broncos, and the Seagulls got an opportunity 40 metres out.
Yeah, Willison wanted it there. Probably just pushing the pass. The Broncos didn't need to do that. Moser out of dummy half, and I think that's Wilson, and just handed it off to Willison, but just floated a little bit forward there. So Wynnum, they'll have another good opportunity here, John, starting the set 40 out from the try line.
He's looking at Luke Gale here, and he's certainly grabbing that left shoulder now, I should say. Trainers with him. The scrum's going to be packed. We can see 55 Broncos warming up over on the sideline, so they'll be making their entrance shortly. Seagulls everywhere. Looks like the Melbourne Cricket Ground.
Well, we didn't get to run through like a proper team list because there's so many numbers on that bench there. But, there's at least, let's say, 15 players on their bench. Broadhurst now with pill in hand off the back of the scrum.
Yeah, Gale's going to stand up, but I just wonder whether he's... Kalolo Sidetower steps off the right, sees an opportunity. Kalolo almost weaves his way through the Broncos defence. They're 20 metres out from try line. Parslow, cruise 10 now. Cruise 10, he straightens the play, runs into his opposite 13 and Paige Wilson. Paige Wilson drops back in the defensive line and they play the ball. To the right they go with Parslow. He's been dynamic. Donovan now. Short ball. Gale seems to recover. Oh, he's Lazarus. He's come back from the dead. He'll get up 10 out from the try line. Still a couple of tackles to go here for the Seagulls. Numbers out to the left-hand side here. Short ball, Cruise 10, please, this time, no, he's going to be cut down short of the line again, Cruise 10. So they know his style of play, so they've certainly numbered up when he's got that ball close to the line. Last tackle now, Parzo takes to the line now, Donovan, cut out ball, try in the corner, the Broncos go, Seagulls go over again, Hopewadi scores in front of the jumping castle.
Yeah, really nice movement there from Wynnum Manly Seagulls on the opposite side of the field. Now they look to go to their left-hand attacking edge, and it's good play. It's good play from Parslow, John. Very impressive in the headgear to start the afternoon. We have a look here. It's Bukowski at dummy half. He goes to Parslow, takes it all the way to the line, attracts a few players, hands it off to Donovan. Donovan does the rest, attracts the outside players of the Broncos, and Sione Hopewadi strolls over in the corner. So Wynnum Manly Seagulls up to a 10-point lead now, kick to come.
That's a good winger's try, wasn't he? As soon as he got the ball, nose down straight towards the corner post, and even some of the Broncos supporters there clapping that try. So a good lead-up work, and comes on the back of an error again here from the forward pass by the Broncos earlier. Have a look at this here. This is takes the line, cut-out ball, Donovan, and another cut-out ball. He's almost flat-footed, but he's just got the wheels to go over, and well done.
We often see a lot of halves pairings just stick to their one side, but you can see there Parslow and Donovan linking up, which might be a sign to come for the Wynnum Manly Seagulls during their cup season this year. But I always like to see the two halves on the same side of the field. You create an extra number, as they did there, and they just had really good ball movement, slick hands out the back. Hopewadi did the rest. The Seagulls 10 points to 0. Donovan lining up another one. This one from the opposite side of the field, 1 from 1 so far. 2
minutes remaining in his first of 3 stanzas of 25 minutes as Donovan lines this one up. Gale the only... Well, I don't know what happened, or what the trainer did to Gale. He was gone for all money. They seem to have put the magic sponge on. That's fixed his shoulder, but he's also got a terrible rash from that sponge. Donovan will strike this one nicely. Looking pretty good here. Looking real good. Not waved away. So 10-0 in favour of the BMD Wynnum Manly Seagulls with 1.5 minutes remaining on the clock. They'll get a fresh set here, will the Seagulls. From my memory, Cam, no handling errors or unforced errors here from the Seagulls. The Broncos with 4 errors to 0 so far. Yes. Penalties are 1 apiece.
Yep. So a bit of work in front of the Broncos here. But they'll like the task ahead. Just need to get just hold on to the pill when they do have the ball and just get back into their work. They started the match quite well, completing their sets, rolling up the field. Just get back to that. I'm sure the points will come. Toya gets us back underway.
Well, the 25 minutes that we've had, 5 minutes has been on this side of halfway here. It's all Seagulls so far. As Tony Tumusa tries to find a wall breach, doesn't get one. Moser the tackler. That's the 10-metre. Got fresh legs out there, and that's Clarkson. Takes the tackle there from Moser over the top. Gone through a mountain of work, not only with ball and hand, Moser, but in defence as well. A few fresh players. That's with Hetherington, and Hetherington will drive towards the 30. Almost gets there. Cut down here around the ankles there by Takura. Goes to the blind side here. He throws his head back. Parzo gets a footy. I'll tell you who won it. It was Chong Ni. Threw his head back. He's on the way to the chalk. Didn't get it. Now he'll have a crack here. Chong Ni, big, strong run. Gets to the 50. Stands. Last tackle. Do they go aerial? Through the hands. Donovan. Clock's winding down. 30 seconds remaining. That's going to be allowed to bounce. Comes back towards the Seagulls. It's still coming backwards. It's going to be tidied up in the end here. Is that a knock on? The referee will say, no, play on. Crowd will tell the story. They reckon it was an error there from the Broncos, but they're going to work it out from their own 10-metre line. 10 metres out from their own line. Or 10 minutes to go. Sorry, 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, Dean Mariner there off the kick. Just couldn't grab the ball. It was bouncing around everywhere except into his hands, but referee said he did the job in the end. It went backwards and they play on, and that right there will be the end of our first quarter here. And it's the Wynnum Manly Seagulls leading 10 points to 0 over the Brisbane Broncos, John.
Yeah, 8-minute breaks in between for these two sides, or two squads, I should say. There's another side, or another 13 on the bench from both squads, but they'll have a bit of a breather.
Yeah, have a look there. It went through the legs of Dean Mariner and picked up by Ethan Quay Ward there. So
Well,
the referee made the right call.
we're going to have a bit of a break here, and I do apologise for my selection of music, but that's the only music the Facebook will let me play. So this will give you a very good opportunity to go away and either choose some better music or go and get yourself a cup of tea and get ready for the second stanza. We'll be back shortly.
Am I your paper doll? Folded up, tucked away. Take your pen and write on my heart. A paper doll tucked away. No, I don't feel lonely. Folded up, tucked away. In your breast pocket, close to your heart. A paper doll tucked away. The words you wrote are a looking glass, and everyone can read me. I am here, I am there, torn up pieces of dreams. Did you think you could keep me folded up, tucked away? Your personal two-dimensional friend, a paper doll tucked away. No, you won't forget me, folded up, tucked away. In your breast pocket, close to your heart, a paper doll tucked away. The words you wrote are a looking glass. Everyone can read me. I am here, I am there, torn up pieces of dreams.
Second stanza about to get under the way. Instructions have been dished out by both coaching staff here. The Broncos will now kick off towards the chook pens. Seagulls will defend their 10 points to nil lead.
A few changes out there now as well. John Tristan Saylor, I can see out there for the Broncos. A few there for Wynnum as well, just monitoring that at the moment. Bailey Butler out there for the Broncos. Rory Ferguson as well, I think, yes.
Yeah, on screen there you saw Reece Walsh and Patrick Carrigan in the in their civvies in the group as well. So come down and watch the future. The blokes are going to take their positions off them one day.
So too, Kobe Black out there in the 18. A lot of raps on this young kid coming through the grades. So we'll see how he goes. Should feature in the halves there because I don't see Kurt Fall still out there. So I see Kobe Black chime in the halves pairing there.
You know who else we don't see out there? 3 referees. So when you're ready, refs, we're...
there we go. Here they come.
Here they go.
Alfie's out there.
I know the line up to the canteen's pretty long here, but I reckon they'd have some special dispensation to get a dodgy hot dog before anybody else, but they're going to come out here and get the second stanza underway. Might be a change of referees too. So away we go. Black gets things underway. Loud to bounce. Everybody's been letting these balls hit the turf before they challenge. Moser the tackler. That's the 20. 1, 2, 3 Broncos defenders there. One of those is Rory Ferguson. 10, Cruz 10, looking for an offload. He got one out in the first stanza. He's going to take the tackle on the 30. Fresh legs out there. There was Clarkson, and Clarkson put on his backside. Slow play the ball. Good wrestle one there by the Broncos in this one. Here he comes now, and it's with Chong Ni, and Chong Ni, well, he's going to have maybe another 10 or 15 minutes, and he'll certainly enjoy an ice bath if anybody ever does enjoy one of them, as it goes with Donovan, puts it in the air. It's high. Chase isn't that good, not too threatening, and they'll run it back from the 10. But a wall of Seagulls, and that's a good defensive line here, and they get to a completed set.
Yeah, they've completed quite well, haven't they, Wynnum? So got to the back end of their set, put the kick up. Tristan Sale have fielded it, but now it's all the work in front of the Broncos. There's a strong run by Josiah Karapani there. I'd like to see him inject himself a bit more as well. Both centres now taking a hit up. Ethan Quay Ward.
Well, they completed their first set, the Bronx, and after that it was pretty poor handling there and a few errors. And this time they just want to get to their kick again. Still 2 tackles to go here for the Broncos. The halfway line's been crossed. Ball under the wing here, and the tackle is Clarkson over the top, and that's the 40. Now it's the last for the Broncos. They're down 10 points to 0 on the B&B scoreboard. High ball here. Is anybody coming through here? He's going to take it. Tamusu takes it, and he also takes a shot here, so good timing in the tackle. And they'll get up and play it 5 out from their own try line, so the Seagulls work their way out. The Broncos complete their first set of the second stanza.
Yes, you see Falls there now on the park for Wynnum, so that's just one of the first players to... Falls, who started for the Broncos, is now got a Wynnum jumper on. And there's a penalty as well for Wynnum.
Doing it all day, the old cliche coming from the members bar. And Donovan trying to find touch. Geez, he's been promising Donovan and Parzo. You're right, Cam. The two of them actually been featuring on the same side of the park, which we don't often see with the 6 and 7. But in this instance, they've been certainly creating that extra man on that side. And it actually led to that try on the far corner there by Leota.
Yeah, well, they've run a few changes as well, Wynnum. So Parslow, I think, is actually on the bench now, and they'll run with Falls and Donovan. But I really liked what I saw from Parslow out there. One of the best on the field in that first half. So too Sefer Roach. Really impressive some of the footwork that he had.
Well, here he comes. Runs all the way from the chook pen, and he's going to be pushed part there. Back towards the 40, but a good carry there from Takura again. Underball here. Clarkson going backwards to go forwards. Comes underneath the tackle of 2 Broncos defenders. Cruz 10 goes behind him. Donovan gets the offload. Kick through, and that's a great catch there in the slips there from the Broncos player. I'm not sure who it was here, but the Broncos going out with the footy on the 30.
Yeah, Josh Rogers there, plucked it out of the air. That was the kick from Kurt Falls. It wasn't on last either. He just saw a bit of space in behind the ruck there and opted to try and have a crack there, but luckily enough for the Broncos, Josh Rogers was the man on the spot as they go on the attack here.
Yeah, catch pass here from the Broncos early in the tackle counters with Mariner. Mariner showing the sideline. Mariner goes back into the field of play. Still going as Mariner. Tries to put a defend on here. And Mariner...
Last-ditch defence from Sione Hopewadi there. I thought Mariner was going over. Showed a great set of wheels, a nice in and away as well, but Sione Hopewadi came late and managed to put him over the touchline there. We have a look at the replay here. Look at this work from Mariner. Puts on the afterburners in past to Musa, away to the sideline, and Hopper Whitey just manages to push him over there. So nice play from Mariner, but equally as much good stuff from Hopper Whitey in defence.
Yes, they decided to put it through the hands catch pass, didn't they, the Broncos? That was on the 40-metre line. They end up right down the other end, and it's going to be a 10-metre carry for the Seagulls. And 1, 2, 3, 4 Broncos. They push him close to the try line. Must be about a metre short.
Yeah, they might get him here if they hold him up. They're pushing. Just remains in the field of play.
That's extraordinary. He just fell down. Is that Gale who gets up and sees 1, 2, 3 Broncos? Are they going to, again, well, that's about the fourth tackle. They're still inside the 10-metre line. Broncos hanging on. They don't want to give a penalty away now. That's the 20. 2 tackles to go here for the Seagulls. They lead 10 points to 0. It's with Cruz 10. Now it's the last. So they're 28 metres out from their own line. Puts the kick through there to Hetherington. And Hetherington, that's not bad. And it's a bit of a trap ball. It's going to be a penalty here to the Broncos. Way back.
Yeah, they deserve that, Brisbane. It was a great set in defence. They kept them inside the 30-metre line, and now they get a penalty as well. So this will be pretty much their best opportunity since the start of the match to try and put on some attacking plays here inside the opposition half. Might have just been a couple of players offside there that was a penalty for. But anyway, the Broncos go on the attack through Ferguson. Just takes a set, let us start this set.
Seagulls still yet to get on the scoreboard. The Broncos, 6 minutes into the second stanza. They've had all the ball. Bailey Butler.
We've seen a lot of him. Good to see him in Broncos colours, isn't it, John Bailey Butler? He's been a great player through Cup and BRL grade. So
yeah, he's been a menace at Redcliffe, hasn't he, for many a year, and that's going to be a tackle on the far side. Roach has to do some defence now. He's had all the running with the ball in hand. Just catching passes, just going sideways here at the Broncos here, and it's an easy target for the Seagulls defence. 10 out right in front of the chook pen, and it's going to be a handling error here from the Broncos. Referee says play on. Good work there from the referee. Let's get this party started. Keep it rolling.
Yeah, Tamusa comes up with the ball, picks up an extra 10 metres as well. So unable to hold on to the pill there, the Brisbane Broncos, and Wynnum Manly coming out of their own end now. And again, they've evaded an attacking set from Brisbane. Their defence has been quite solid.
Yeah,
Wynnum Manly Seagulls. I'm sure Matt Head will be impressed with that, actually.
Yeah, another handling error. I think from memory, 3 of those have been from pretty big shots. That's the 30. Blindside. They continue. Tackle error is Black. Get some help there from Dean Mariner. Dart from dummy half. Hopewadi. Great try there, Hopewadi earlier. Good carry, doing some work. Halfway line's been crossed here from the Seagulls. Cruz 10. Still going Cruz 10. He started. A few big numbers out there now, so there's been some replacements here by Matthew Head. Donovan. They're onside this time. A good little kick here. Pressure's on. Taken nicely. Good. Luke Gale's the first man there.
Yeah, good kick chase from Luke Gale and his Wynnum Manly teammates as well. It's a real arm wrestle at the moment, isn't it? Going corner to corner, set for set. Need someone to sort of break it open. We thought it was Mariner before, but just wasn't able to get to the try line. Ethan Quay-Ward now with ball in hand. Sorry, that was Josiah Karapani. We'll play it back to Saylor.
So, rain's still drizzling, making greasing. The handling's been pretty good in hand. It's just been the big shots that have... Well, there's another relieving penalty. So the Seagulls, who were penalty-free in the first stanza, have given up a third in this quarter. Or third. What are they? Third? This is a creature of habit, aren't I?
That'll help. That'll help Brisbane, that's for sure. Kobe Black finds the sideline. And again, they'll have a good opportunity here. Let's see what they can conjure up.
Yeah, it's disappointing for the Seagulls because the Broncos certainly come out with some intent for this after the restart. And unfortunately, the Seagulls' discipline needs to be a little bit better than it has been. So the Seagulls defending now. That's the 30-metre line.
I don't mind this right-hand side for Brisbane. Mariners currently playing centre and Karapani is out on the wing, so they've switched positions. See if they can go that way. Moser opts to go the other way.
Oh, there's an obstruction there.
Oh,
play
good
on,
pill.
says the referee. It'll be a try in the corner. I think it's Tony Tamusa, is it?
Bailey True, I think that is for the Brisbane Broncos, John, but it was a great ball from Tristan Saylor. Lovely pill to the left-hand side. We see here good initial lead-up play from Bailey Butler. I wanted him to go right. Moser.
Well, I call obstruction here, I reckon, because he's run in as a decoy.
No, I
Cruz 10 has to take the tackle.
I think Cruz makes the call there. And look at that pill from Saylor, though. We got to appreciate that. Bailey True probably just out on the park. Scores a meaty in the corner.
So the Broncos get there first. And there's the kids, there you go, up on top of the old potato stand, watching the footy.
I think that's the shed behind the potato stand, so someone's backyard, I think it is.
Might be too.
Yeah.
Might have to go over and then get some ticket sellers over there.
Nice to see one of Bailey True's first involvements is a try for the Broncos. Big sort of rangy winger, gets over the try line, but you just got to appreciate that ball from Tristan Saylor. Been very good since coming on the park, and he proved to be the difference there, Tristan.
But the first stanza, Broncos cough up penalties, Seagulls pounce. It's a mirror of this second stanza of the first one, but different sides at play here, coughing up the penalties. And the opposing side getting the win. So conversion, this one actually doesn't look too bad, but it's waved away as well. So the score remains 10 points to 4, 14 minutes still to go in this second period. And here's the play again. Takes to the line, gives the offload, and then a long cut-out ball, cuts out two players, has to leap high as Bailey True. And he scores in the corner.
We'll see how Wynnum respond now after conceding the first points. Conceding their first points this afternoon. So see if they get up in the face of Brisbane here, try and force an error themselves. But be interesting to see how they do respond. Donovan gets us back underway.
Well, tail of the tape is cut out the penalties and the handling errors, and you go a long way to winning this trial. So the 20-metre line, right there. Looks like Ethan Malt might be out there, Cam, in that tackle. He's coming in late in this one now as well. Goes around the ankles. Does Malt? Is that him?
I think it might be Nathan Ward or Ethan Malt. It's one of the two.
They both look the same. They're twins. It's like Dale and Brennan from Step Brothers. Identical. That's the 40.
Well, he's got the opposite jersey as well, so he's very easy to tell.
So Hunt.
Off-season signing for the Brisbane Broncos, Jaden Hunt coming over from the St George Illawarra Dragons.
Smith the tackler, and a few plays out there now for the Broncos. So that's Ward. Slow play the ball. Last tackle now for the Broncos. Put the kick up right into the corner. Knocked on, you would think. It's going to play on the referee. He's going to flies through the air there. There's Karapani. He's going to award the try. For mine, I thought there might have been a hint of a knock on, but the referee is right there, as was the touch judge. And they're going to score in the opposite corner.
Yeah, replay here thanks to Seagulls TV. It's Tristan Saylor in the action again. Gets above the pack. Just opts to bat it backwards, John.
All right.
Josiah Karapani pounces there. And what about the finish? A beautiful finish out there in the corner of BMD Cougar Eye Oval, and we could be back on level terms if a kick to come for this afternoon's skipper, Josh Rogers.
Yeah, interesting call here for mine. It was. He tries to bat it backwards. It's the right hand that's sort of knocked it. For mine, that's a knock on. But the referee was right there, as was the touch judge, and they take the opportunity of the Broncos, and they bounce back with their second try in the space of 3 minutes.
A good finish here. Look at that.
How about that? That's
lovely
the way
stuff.
to do it. Everybody gave that a 9 out of 10 except for the Russian judge, but nobody cares about them.
So Josh Rogers, opposite side of the field now. Another kick from the touchline though, so a lot of wingers and centres getting the tries this afternoon. Those try scorers are for the Broncos, Josiah Karapani and Bailey True, and for the Wynnum Manly Seagulls, Sione Hopawati and Jono Rubin. Much better start to this second period here for the Brisbane Broncos, though, John. A lot of that coming down to Wynnum not holding on to the ball and poor discipline as well.
Yeah, just completing his sets. It's not a strange game. That one's waved away. So we've only had one try converted out of the 4 so far. So 10 points to 8 on the Barton scoreboard. 11 minutes remaining Middle stanza. There you go.
Middle stanza.
Middle
That's a
stanza.
good one.
A middle child.
Tell you what, I wouldn't mind seeing here if they kick to Bailey Butler's side. If he comes off the back fence, I would love to see it. Which way will Donovan opt to go, though? That's the question, John.
Big crowd here.
Well, you got big Bailey Butler on one side and Ben Takota on the other side. So who do you want to kick to? Who do you want coming off the back fence? I'm not sure. Either way, it's going to be tough.
Quick shout out here to Wynnum Manly CEO Wayne Weeks, who's in Sydney for his daughter's wedding, which he must really love her not to be here. But anyway, that's just me. Restart.
They're going Butler's way. Let's have a look at what he does here.
So Butler. Big contact here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Seagulls. 2 of them bounce off. He's going to maintain his feet. And the Broncos are full of intent in this second period. 3 handling errors here from the Seagulls, and 2 penalties conceded. Takura, too keen, has to go back. Come to the blind side. Underneath ball here for Hunt. And he's met by his opposite. Not much of a backline there for the Broncos. Just happy to go through the forwards through Rory Ferguson from the Magpies last year. Sailor. Now it's the last. So they've just gone back to the basics, haven't they? The Broncos hanging on the footy, completing a set ball back inside. That's going to be knocked on and a changeover on the 20.
Yeah, Kobe Black looking to run the ball on the last there. All the way to the line. I think he finds Jaden Hunt there, puts him through a hole. Jaden Hunt sells the dummy, looking back on the inside for Kobe Black again, and he just couldn't handle it. Nathan Ward was coming across anyway, but expansive play on the last there from Brisbane, just not coming to fruition there.
Yeah, the Broncos had Karapani and Mariner
on the right side.
On the right-hand side, and only one defender. Didn't go that way, turned it back inside. But anyway, the Seagulls will run it out.
That's their wheels too on the right side. That's where all the speed is. Plenty of wheels.
So 15 short of halfway. Donovan finds Gale. And Gale will drive with his legs. Good run there. Good post-contact meters from Luke Gale. Pinches another couple. Play on, says the referee. It's now with Molt. I beg your pardon, is that Ward? Have we worked out who it is?
Yeah, I think it's Ward.
Ward, yep. Comes out of the line here. I thought he might have been offside, but the referee said play on. Tony Tamusin will get the penalty. I wonder whether he's playing the advantage. Anyway, he's going to give the penalty. So that's the first of the stanza for the Seagulls.
Yeah, late in the count too. They didn't need that.
10 points away, 8 minutes remaining.
In this middle stanza, John, this is probably the Seagulls' best opportunity, though. You get a penalty late in the count. They'll kick to touch here, have a fresh set of 6.
Not really sure.
30
They're
out
not going to kick for touch. They're going to run it here. The Seagulls, they fancy themselves against the Broncos. So that's the first carry to the 20-metre line. So they've got a game plan here, the Seagulls. It's with Hetherington, a dummy half. Eventually, he's going to get the footy. Ward, short ball, contact made on Smith, and Smith drives forward here. 15 out from the try line now. Here the Seagulls, they're threatening here. Can the Broncos hold on? 7 minutes remaining, 10 points to 8, 2-point ball game here. BMD Cougar Eye Oval. South Tower going backwards to go forwards. He's 5 out from the try line. 4 Seagulls to the left-hand side. They go to the right, short ball. Oh, contact, gets the offload. Oh, it's a Harbour Bridge pass. Lucky he didn't get his ribs cleaned up here, but they've lost some metres now, the Seagulls. Hetherington's a dummy half. Options right and left. Goes to the right-hand side. Gale gets in the line. I don't think they were supposed to go to Luke Gale, but he'll take the tackle anyways. He drives forward as he does with every carry. 8 out from the try line. Seagulls, last tackle. Do they go aerial through the hands here? They're going to go a sideline kick in behind, but it's going to be taken on the full, and that'll be good defence here, but they got 99 metres to get to the other end, Broncos. So a good end of the set of 6 from the Seagulls.
It was. They just couldn't find the in goal there, but well read by Josiah Karapani there. And just as I say that, he's coughed up the pill. There was Wynnum plays everywhere, probably a few offside, but the referee's going to say that's a knock on, and Wynnum will get, again, another set attacking the opposition line.
I call this a big moment here, because if the Seagulls can cross here to take an 8-point lead going into the final period, their confidence will be high. And this is late in the stands. We've been waiting for a while. We've been looking to the right-hand side of BMD Cougar Eye Oval in this middle stanza. It's all been the Broncos, but now the Seagulls have got a chance to pounce. I've said it a few times here, Cam. Errors lead to tries. Let's see what happens here. Seagulls.
Broadhurst.
Jeez, you're loud. He stood up. nicely. Gets bounced away there to Hopawati. And they're inside the 10.
Well. So again, the momentum shifts here. It's all the Seagulls at the moment.
I would have liked, I know it's not in the rules, but I would have liked to see another 2 tackles, play the advantage, and then come back. That's just my little idea of trying to actually keep the game running and see what happens. I know it's a rugby union rule, but for mine it wouldn't hurt, especially when you're this close to the line. Seagulls.
Oh, almost an intercept there.
He's going to pick it up there. He's the Josh Patterson, is it?
Yeah.
So, scrum feed.
So
5
again,
minutes remaining, yeah.
This is about 3 scrums in 3 minutes here for Wynnum.
Love scrums. Hanley are starting to climb now in the second stanza for the Broncos. 5 minutes remaining on the Barton scoreboard. 1. So, set play. It was 2v3, so the Seagulls opted to take that option. They've got a back line, so they're 5 metres out and the back line goes behind the 30, but they don't use it. They throw another forward at the line in Paige Wilson. Tackler over the top there is Takura. Overruns the play here, so he has to go back into the field of play, and they're going to take the tackle there is Nathan Ward. Ward looking for a penalty, doesn't get it. Donovan, short ball, Gale, met with defence of 3 Broncos. 10 out now. Stands in the tackle to Luke Gale. Strong man. Second year at the Seagulls. Bit of a juggle there from Cameron Smith. Or Garrett Smith, I should say. Cameron Smith. He won't mind me calling him that. Great golfer.
Oh, a little knock on as well.
Ooh.
So well defended from Brisbane. 4 sets on their try line there. They'll be happy with that one.
They'll be disappointed the Seagulls didn't come away from that end of the park with some points.
3 minutes 43 left in this middle stanza, but yeah, they'll be impressed with that. Just defending the Broncos and turning them away.
Barton scoreboard, 10 points to 8, 2 tries apiece.
They'll get their own scrum to pack down here. Let's see what they can do if they try and get it a little bit expansive to get out of their own end.
Well, they've gone the 2-3, so they decided to take on 3 defenders here with 2 of their attacking players, the Broncos, but they'll take it 15 out from the try line.
Here's Mariner.
His numbers on the blind side here for the Seagulls. They're not careful. As we mentioned, they got some pace on this side. Let's see. Catch and pass. Back into the field of play. There goes Karapani, the try scorer. Gets to the 40-metre line. Flat ball. Again. Tacklers are everywhere. Kurt Falls. Just trying to wind the clock down. 3 minutes to go, high stepping of the Seagulls. Gale to the rescue, climbs over the top of the Broncos player, pulls him down 35 out from the try. They got numbers to the left, takes it to the line here. The ball goes to absolutely nobody, and that will be a scrum. I think it might have been the... No, yeah, it will be a scrum.
Yeah, opting to run on the last here, the Broncos. They go to the left-hand side through Rogers. He kind of looks up and says, I'm going to fling this out.
I thought it was the last, so it is a changeover. I was wondering what...
I'm going to
the
fling
referee
it
looked
out.
like he put the arm out there for a scrum.
Yeah, he tried to fling it out there to Bailey True, but just wasn't the ball, wasn't the play in the end. So Wynnum, 25 out from their own try line, but score remains 10 points to 8. They've done a great job to still be in the lead here, the Wynnum Manly Seagulls.
Seagulls have been content to actually just play in the middle third of the park. They haven't used their wide men only when they scored 2 tries here, but at the moment they're happy to work it through the middle and try and wear down the Broncos and draw the outside defenders in. There's 1.5 minutes remaining on the clock here at BMD Cougar Oval, so can they get some points in the bank beforehand? 10 points to 0 after the first third. Cruz 10. Sorry, that might be
Stanford.
Is he out in the park here? So he's another man who can find the chalk. Back line. Do they go that way? Donovan. Catch and pass. Easy target here. Not enough attempt there in the ball carrier. He's going to be an easy mark. That's the 30. Remembering this is the first trial for the Seagulls, so there's a few combinations to work out. He's going to lose that one.
It's play on here. Here goes Mariner.
Right on the corner. Turns it back in the here's Tony Tamusa. Throws it back. It's and he coughs up the footy. Play on, says the referee. Razzle dazzle stuff to end this third. 1 minute to go here for the Seagulls. Broncos still coming back on side. Slow play the ball. He's hurt himself. He'll try and get up with one arm. Referee will stop the clock.
Well,
What happened there, Cam?
entertaining play down the sideline here at the start. I think it was Sione Hopewadi who almost took this ball from Kurt Falls, who put it up, but he wasn't able to take it. He knocks it on, and in turn, here goes Dean Mariner. I thought he might have went all the way. He had Tristan Saylor with him. Went inside to Saylor. Saylor sums up the situation. Went to go back to Mariner on the inside, who just couldn't handle it. And then Tony Tamusa picks up the scrambles, and he says, I'll have a go as well. He still remains down after that run, big Tony Tamusa. Great player.
Electrifying. Tony Tamusa.
Let's hope it's nothing too serious as he comes towards the sideline here.
Well, you would think they'd take no further part, being a trial. I think everybody knows the capabilities of Tony Tamusa.
46 seconds on the clock, John. Wynnum try something here.
Well, they'll throw a few big men at the line. Paige Wilson, been strong. They're running here, the Seagulls. Oh, it's going to come undone. He's going to be picked up on the far side here now by Jono Rubin. Donovan. Broncos trying to hang on. So just a 2-point deficit, 15 out from the try line. Donovan. Catch a pass. Oh, put on his head. That'll be a penalty. Just momentum, really, but the grey area is not there anymore. Anything above the horizontal is going to be a penalty.
Yeah, Josiah Karapani there. I did say good tackle, but then he probably just went on with it a little bit too far, but he met him quite well. Got his body into a good position, but unfortunately just lifted too much there, and that's always going to attract a penalty. We might see him go and report here as well because the referee's calling him out to the middle along with skipper Josh Rogers, but a slow end to this middle stanza. We still got 5 seconds on the clock, so probably one more play. Oh, Karapani's going to go to the bin as well. So they've sent him to the bin, Josiah Karapani. I didn't think it was that bad, but here we are.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I'm not into physics a lot, but if a big man's flying along and gets knocked off balance, he could go anyway. And there's no intent there from the Broncos player. But anyway, play kick in goal area, catch it. Oh, it's
just go dead.
Great work there from Dean Mariner to stop the Seagulls coming in to put some points on. But 10 points to 8, the Seagulls.
He's hurt too, Dean Mariner. But as you said, John, he did a great job to shield it because his centre partner just got sent to the bin here. So he's down a number out on that edge. We have a look at the replay of the sin bin there. I didn't think it was too bad. He did land on his shoulder. So,
well, his arm wasn't between his legs, Cam. So for mine, I think he'll be fine. But anyway, that's the end of the middle period. The Broncos scoring 2 tries in that 25 minutes. They'll come back onto the park in 8 minutes' time where they'll play 25 minutes and the clock will keep running. So we'll see what happens and who gets rolled out in this final stanza. This is a trial BMD Cougar Oval between the Seagulls and the Broncos.
to your heart, a paper doll tucked away. The words you wrote are a looking glass, and everyone can read me. I am here, I am there, torn up pieces of dreams. Did you think you could keep me folded up, tucked away? Your personal two-dimensional friend, a paper doll tucked away. No, you won't forget me, folded up, tucked away. In your breast pocket, close to your heart, a paper doll tucked away. The words you wrote are a looking glass. Everyone can read me. I am here, I am there, torn up pieces of dreams. Am I your paper doll? Folded up.
So the Seagulls, 10 points in the first stanza. Broncos, 8 points in the second. Shapes up to a final 25 minutes of razzle-dazzle footy from both sides, trying to impress both coaching camps, push their case. So 2 tries apiece. Only one of those converted by Bryce Donovan. Cam,
Yeah, just to confirm with everyone tuning in out there as well, it will remain 13 on 13 as we just rotate a player in as Karapani spends 10 minutes in the bin. Here's Mariner.
right-hand attack of the Broncos has certainly been a feature this afternoon. So the Broncos will again try and just complete a set, get to their kick.
It looks like Kololo out there, right there now with the Broncos this time. Started the match in the Wynnum colours.
So you got to change his socks as well. They're Broncos socks. Wow, he gets a complete kit. Short kick. Chases are coming through. Oh, guts over there. Nice tackle in the end there by Saylor.
He's been really good since coming on, Tristan Saylor. Provided the spark for both of the Brisbane tries. And leading the kick chase there as well. As we see the first penalty of this last stint, John.
Here we go. So the Seagulls, the last 5 minutes, finished in a flurry. Unlucky not to score in the corner there, but now they get a relieving penalty. In a packed Arthur Lovell stand.
Here we are, on the 40. Wait for the kick.
Ball boys, we hope that didn't go in the murky waters behind the Arthur Lovell. Kids go there to pick up the ball and they never come back. 40-metre line. Has to take that high. I'm not sure who that is out there. Cam, so the handling error. So the Seagulls get a penalty, and 2 tackles later, the Broncos have got the ball back.
I think that's Josh Stuckey for Wynnum Manly Seagulls in the 8 jumper, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And Cameron Bukowski now in the Broncos colours as well. That's him with ball in hand.
And he loses the footy. So we got to 1 completed set so far in 3 minutes.
Yeah, you could see what he's trying to do. Work the short blind there, but just couldn't find the pass. Well, the correct pass anyway. So the ball come loose, and Wynnum Manly will end up within the centre of the park here for scrum to get packed down.
Yeah, he didn't hang on to lead. It actually come around with the arm there and dislodge the footy in the end, I think. So now, Kitron Larker. Ladies and gentlemen, keep an eye on him. He just jumped in the back of that scrum here. So Kitron Larker, absolute powerhouse with ball in hand. He'll be one to watch here for the Broncos as we see the Seagulls, ball in hand.
Here he is.
Here he goes. Tristan Larker scored a mountain of tries last year in the BRL competition. He's got himself a call up in the cup side. Martin. No stranger to the try line either as Kitron Larker. He's got some pace for a big man. They go to the open side. Show and go here from Nathan Ward, and Nathan Ward will do a bit of a waltz. He gets the offload here. Good grab. Here he goes now. It's with Cruz 10 and Cruz 10 going sideways. Cruz 10 trying to find a way through the Broncos defence. 20 out from the try line. Numbers to the right hand, left here for the Seagulls. They go to the left with Donovan. Hanging on. Stuckey's with the footy. Slow play the ball. That's going to be knocked on. There's 6 more to go. The referee says
It wasn't played at. So that's Ryan Ballin out there for Wynnum Manly Seagulls in the 7 jumper, playing in the dummy half role. Just couldn't find the space behind the Broncos defensive line. It did bounce back to him, but the Broncos defence was all over him.
Oh, a little handling error here. So Seagulls, just like the end of that second stanza, they've got another opportunity, this time in front of the chook pen Cameron Anchor. Can they suck the Seagulls over the try line?
Yeah,
10 points to 8.
A very stop-start since the break here. Someone needs to just hold on to the pill and get through their work, and that'll go a long way to actually winning this match, let alone getting some points. So see what Wynnum can do here with the scrum to get packed down. 20 out from the try line. They'll love it in the chookie if they can get another one.
Well, all the tries have been scored at that end of the park, so they've been getting their money's worth. Tango Matita. 12 out. It's Cruz 10, I think, Cam. I'm messing because I've got the...
Yep,
the
certainly is. He's
been
been good this afternoon as well, Cruz.
Donovan coming out of the line here. That's getting half a gap here for Roach. Having a whale of a game. He put that offload on earlier to set up the try. Martin. Defence from the Broncos. Desperate.
They're close.
Needed Kololo, but he's on the other side. Try time. Has to get across. Spin turn. Goes over and scores. And Josh Stuckey, we saw him score a treble. I must have been 4 tries at Pertel Park last year, and now he's got one in front of the chook pen against the Broncos for the Seagulls.
Nice play from Josh Stuckey there. Just hit a nice line. Still had a bit of work to do, didn't he, John? Had to prove his power here and get through a couple of Broncos defenders here. Tristan Saylor came late, so too another, but Stuckey did enough with a hit and spin there to get the ball over the line, and it's a good try in the end for the Seagulls. It puts them 6 points in front with a kick to come.
Yeah, good running there from your prop forward.
Yeah, he's been
fresh
pretty
legs.
Good.
Yeah.
He's been very good since coming on.
All comes on the back of another error, Cam.
Yeah, there's been a few of them after the break, hasn't there, John? As I said, if the team that holds onto the ball, they'll go a long way to actually getting over the try line, and Wynnum managed to do that on this occasion, but still 18 and a half minutes in this match, so a long way to go.
The rain has managed to stay away as we wait for this conversion. 6 points, very important. I know it's a trial, but still you want to take away the win.
The mainstay in this Wynnum side has been Bryce Donovan
Yeah.
in the halves, and he's done a good job this afternoon controlling his side. He makes
The only
no
man to
mistake
convert a
about it.
try today, and it's Bryce Donovan. That's the second one. So 16 points to 8. 18 minutes remaining in this trial here at BMD Cougar Oval. The Barton scoreboard. There's 18 minutes remaining on it.
Yeah,
Have a
Kevin,
look at
watch-
this. Hits the line hard. Good carry. Kobe Black couldn't hang on to him.
I want to see more of this Kobe
what
Black
it's-
as well.
yeah,
So
let's
it'd be
see.
good to see if the Broncos can get a bit of possession here. I wouldn't mind seeing what Kobe can do. He gets us back underway here.
Will Parslow's back out on the park here for the Seagulls. So see the pairing of him and I think
Good
Bryce
defence.
Donovan's still out there, or they swapped halves? They might have swapped halves. He might be having a blow as he can.
Yeah, I'll confirm with you in
Anyway,
just a
see how we
second.
go.
He might have went off as soon as he took that conversion, Bryce.
So the 20-metre line. 16 points to 8. Cruz 10 now.
It's been good,
10
hasn't he, John?
has.
He just keeps going, doesn't he?
Just a workhorse. So is Jake Martin. Every carry, straight forward, gets good front, gets up nice and quickly. Now it's the last. Falls. Puts it high. Swirling condition, takes it nicely on the far side, and that will be a restart. 12 out from the try line. So the Seagulls getting to their kick.
It was actually really well taken out there by Ethan Quay-Ward. Bit of rain coming down here at Cougar Oval, and it was swirling a little bit, as you mentioned, John. So well done from Ethan. He follows it up again with another hit up here. But some work in front of the Broncos now. Tristan Saylor at dummy half. He'll take a little scoot himself.
Well, the Broncos have the breeze at their back at the moment. We can see some of the feathers over in the fast food area, suggesting that that is the case. So kicking early, so he's on his own back there as Parslow is allowed to bounce, sits up nicely. When you're hot, you're hot. Line from the Broncos is good, but there's hardly any Seagulls back. And finally somebody turns up, and that's Kobe Martin.
It's a nice kick from Black. He found some space. As you said, John, he did kick early, but when you do kick early, you've got to find a bit of space and turn the opposition around. He did just that, and Broncos now defending.
Is that Elijah Makao out there in the number 1?
I'm pretty sure, yes, it is. Yeah.
That's the 40. Centre of BMD Cougar. Barton scoreboard, 16 points to 8. Show and go there from Kurt Falls. He's impressive, the number 20. Jake Martin gets over the 40. Now it's the last. Seagulls defence, pretty good there from the Broncos defensively in that set. Stabbing kick in between the fullback and the winger. That's going to go end over end.
Oh.
And is he going to pick it up? He finally decides to pick it up. He's going to be tackled in goal here, so the Seagulls will get a line dropout. Previously, they took a short one and it cost them 6 points.
Yeah, Ethan Quay-Ward there wasn't too sure. He thought it was going to go over the dead ball line, sort of flirting with the touching goal, the dead ball line there, and just opted to pick it up last minute. And the Seagulls, they were swooping on him in the in-goal area there.
I think 20,000 Seagulls in the chook pen blew that thing back into the in-goal area, and it's come up trumps here for the
They went
Seagulls.
short, and
Out.
looks like they didn't. Did it go far enough? It's going to be a play the ball there for Wynnum, so
That'll be all right. I'm pretty sure they'll be comfortable with that option. So, Talita. Oh, it goes without it, unfortunately. There's
first play.
Kitron Larker.
Broncos looking to counter-attack here. They're going to the right-hand side. Here goes Quay-Ward. He opts to go himself.
Well, greasy conditions, people losing their footing. That's
He's
the
still
40.
going.
Finally takes the tackle.
He had Mariner on his outside there. I wouldn't mind to see him in some space.
That might be Ryan Boult in the number 7 for the Seagulls. On for Bryce Donovan. I'd like to thank Matthew Head for having no duplicate numbers out here today. Last year we had 4 number 14s. That was a great time. Broncos, catch and pass. Mariner. Haven't called him much lately. They haven't gone to that right hand. Loses a footy cold. It's almost like it turned into 55 kilos. Just dropped out of his hands. Greasy conditions here at BMD Cougar. Parslow throws a dummy. Takes the tackle. 25 out. Larkin. This time he hangs on the footy. Drives forward. Gets crunched. 15 short of halfway. Centre of BMD Cougarai. Clarkson. He's been solid too.
Yeah, since coming on, he's had some nice charges. Just going forward. Here goes Nathan Ward now.
Just getting to a kick here of the Seagulls. That's the halfway line's been crossed by Ward. Parslow takes to the line. Gets the offload now here to Lita. Parslow again at dummy half, trying to inject himself here. Puts a wobbly old kick in. It's going to be taken on the far side nicely there by Quade Ward. Last time he made it and paid. This time he's going to be tackled. On the far side there by Connor Broadhurst. Ben.
Steve Mariner again. Picking up a few metres for his side there. Might see a couple of the outside backs come here and take some of the work off the shoulders of the forwards here.
Seagulls line up very, very quickly. Referee keeping an eye on that. Need to be disciplined here. Late in the tackle count to give any piggybacks out of their own end. The Broncos. Jack Martin involved in the tackle. They go to the blindside under ball. Now the kick high. Parslow. He's gone to fullback as Parslow. He'll take that comfortably.
Good tackle.
Bounces out of one or steps out of one. Gets the offload. That's a 10-metre line, mind you. Keeping it alive. They're in front by 8.
Crafty player, isn't he, Parslow?
Well, he's backing his players.
Yeah.
Kitron Larker. Kitron. And a penalty. Now, I just want to see what that's for. Is it a crusher?
Crusher. He went straight into Willison there. It was heavy contact. Willison will go on report as well.
How many was that 4 we got on report so far? Parslow, flat kick.
Not sure about the crusher there. You can see that tuning in at home. Doesn't look like he'd have much to answer for there, Xavier Willison.
Exactly what I was going to take the tap restart there. So inside the Broncos half. Larkin, that's about his 55th carry since he's been on the park. He's heavily involved. Gets up and plays it. There's that man again in Clarkson. Every carry, straight up the middle. Parslow, there goes into the halves. Contact there and a big shot coming from Bailey Butler. That's got to hurt. Rain coming down a little bit heavy here at BMD Cougarai, but the fans are sticking around. Seagulls might get a win against the Broncos. They haven't been able to do it for the 5 years they've had these trials. 18 out. Parslow, crossfield kick. Plenty of Seagulls. Can they fly higher than the Broncos? Knock on. That'll be a changeover.
Yeah, ball came loose there. It's a fight for it in the air. Ethan Quay Ward went up after a bit of a run up off the back fence here to try and take this ball. Didn't manage to get it. Seagull was there, and tell you what, if he took that, he probably would have went close. But anyway, Broncos with ball in hand. Tristan Saylor probably been one of the best on the park since he's come on. Just picks up the speed of play every time he gets the ball. Ferguson.
Rory Ferguson. That's the 40. They got numbers to the left-hand side. Cut out ball. Flat-footed. Larkin misses him. Goes back the other way. Gets the offload. Catch and pass. There's a gap here for the Broncos. Goes back inside. He had 2 players outside unmarked, but decides to take the tackle in the end there. There's Patson.
Oh, Rogers, good offload.
Well, defence is even better now.
Koski, he did a great job to hang on to the ball there. Last play for Brisbane.
Rogers. Numbers to the right-hand side.
Saylor. What a try.
Knocks him over the try line. And they'll come up with a try right on the chalk.
Well, just sit back and have a look at this kick from Tristan Saylor. I think he's done this in the NRL last year as well. From memory, I can't remember the actual game, but it's a great little stabbing banana kick, I suppose you could call it. Goes straight to Ethan Quay Ward, and as you said, Johnny, kind of gets pushed over the line from his own teammate. A great try there from Brisbane. They're back into the contest. But I've mentioned him all afternoon, Tristan Saylor. He's been so good since he's come on. And let's have a look back at the replay here thanks to Seagulls TV. Josh Rogers in at dummy half. Goes out to Sailor. And have a look at there on the outside of his boot, sort of bananas it, but a low sort of stabbing banana kick. Quay Ward gets there first, and he's helped by Credence Toya over the line. That's a great Broncos try.
Getting each other's way. That's the banana kick. And I can remember Scott Prince doing that for Valleys, actually, against Carina, a banana kick that went sideways, and nobody knew anything about it. So
there's a conversion as well there for Brisbane from Kobe Black, I think it was. So he's 1 from 1 off his boot for the afternoon. But there we go, back to a 2-point ball game.
8 minutes remaining on the Barton scoreboard. Go the banana kick. Found the mark, found the try. Have a look at it again. And it was deliberate, and it found his man, and over he goes. He's been strong, Quade Ward. He deserved that try.
Well, especially in this last in as well, he's really started to take some tough carries and come into his own game here, and yeah, he deserves that try.
It's a Parslow.
Good finish coming up here, John. Seagulls TV, 7 minutes on the clock, anyone's game.
Well, Seagulls led 10-0, first stanza. It's 10-8 as we started this one. And now it's back to a 2-point ball game. The Seagulls leading by 8, gets the offload. Need to be careful here. Good shot there coming through from Clarkson. Super shot. Seagulls trying to hang on here as the Broncos try and conjure a win from behind. Broncos have not been in front for the entire game. That's the halfway. Stands in the tackle. That was Ferguson. Seagulls just waiting. Karapani
great
gets the offload here. Defence needed here by the Seagulls. Lifted back inside. Oh, lovely stuff. Last tackle now, says the referee. The Broncos on the hunt for a try. Try and get in front for the first time. Rogers gets the offload. Knocks it on. And someone will say never have a forward in the back line. I say no, but that was a good instance. Maybe so.
Yeah, expansive play down the left from the Broncos. Karapani back out there after his stint in the sin bin. Some good offloads as well, wasn't it, down that side? And the ball was just too low in the end for Butler to get to keep the play going out to the right side. Lost on first play. Broncos back on the attack. It's Butler.
It might have been Colado shot, was it?
I think it was.
Colado side tower put a shot on his Seagulls teammate, and that gives the Broncos another opportunity. Take it to the line, trying to work something, a set play at the back end of this set of 6. Stands in the tackle out from the try line. Rogers has to hang on to the footy. The greasy little sucker it is at the moment. It's with Patson. Seagulls, defensive line needs to hold strong. No banana kick this time.
Yeah, they'll probably go to Sailor again, because why not?
Well, the winger's about 20 metres in. He's about 4 on 3 out wide there. Gets out of the one tackle here. There's Black. Puts a kick in the in-goal area.
Right.
There's an error, I think, here in the back. And I think the Broncos have scored. Well, they've snatched one.
Yeah, I think it's Credence Toya out there. Nice little grubber kick through from Kobe Black. I said earlier I was looking forward to see how he plays. We see there some nice footwork. Great little grubber kick. Wynnum couldn't handle it. And Credence Toya, he comes in and says, thank you very much. Gives the Broncos their first lead of the afternoon as well. So nice little play from Kobe Black there, and a good finish from Credence Toya as well. 18 points to 16. Kick to come and about 4.5 on the clock.
Yeah, last 2 tries for the Broncos coming from kicks. 10 metres out from their own line. Comes up with 8 points so far, or 10, I should say. Conversion to come. Really settling in this weather now. Got washing on the line, Cam?
I don't actually.
You
Knocked it out all Friday night, so I didn't have to worry about it this weekend, mate.
Very good. So the stage is set. 4 minutes, 20 remaining on the Barton scoreboard. 18 points to 16. And as Cam said, for the first time, Broncos lead. It's taken them 71 minutes to get that lead.
Good to see Credence as well get a try in Broncos colours. He's one of those players that has had to bide his time in Cup, but he's always been one of the best players in Cup. I'd like to see him, get a crack, an extended stint in the NRL if he ever does, because he's definitely got the talent.
Comes in, strikes it. Only bitten 2 tries converted, and there's the third one. 20 points to 16.
Well, that's 2 from 2 off the boot of Kobe Black as well. A try assist, a couple of goals as well.
Yeah, well, I mentioned a few times, Cam, that right-hand side attack from the Broncos has been a feature of their games today, and they've Not saying the defensive line on the left-hand side from the Seagulls has been not up to it. It's just they're a little bit more electric. Restart! Oh,
flirting with danger over on the sideline.
Almost landed down the old crocodile straight in the jumping castle, that one.
It was well taken by Credence again, the try scorer, and shifted it straight infield, which was a good play to get away from that sideline.
Let's just keep an eye on that. They've been kicking early with the backs up. Let's see what they do this time. It's on the 30.
Kalolo Saito been good for both sides this afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been out with injuries, cruel with injuries over the last few years, hasn't he, Cam Kalolo? But he just keeps coming back and...
He's actually got a training trial with the Broncos, and I really think he deserves that as well. So, shout out to Kalolo.
And that speaks volumes because the amount of time he hasn't been on the park and still gets recognised for his skill.
Yeah, absolutely, John.
That's the 40 right in front. Last tackle. Put it on the toe. Are they onside? Well, it's not for me to say. Takes it high and takes it nice. So the Seagulls...
He's really taken control in this last stint, Kobe Black, hasn't he?
Yeah.
As he's jumped into the halves, he's taken on all the kicking duties, bit of ball playing as well. He's been very good in this last stint.
90 metres to the other end here for the Seagulls. This will be their last set, you would think. Gets to the 20.
Yeah, they probably need something here, don't they, John?
In a bit of a bunch. Just trying to see if Jono Rubin's out there. Might be the man to send wide.
Well, Parslow's been great all afternoon. If they go to him, he can try and provide something. There's a hit from Butler.
Bailey Butler making up for that handling error early, but Bailey Butler, there's a good little dance here. That's the 40-metre line. They decide to have a bit of a swing-a-thon. Now it's the last.
There's Nathan Ward kicking.
What's going on there? Does it cause an error? No.
I'm not sure he was the man that needed the ball there. Ryan Ballant is there. He can kick. So too Parslow.
Yeah, I don't know whether he knew it was the last, maybe. And then somebody said, kick it.
Karapani, look at that
Jeez,
footwork.
he's got some dances, hasn't he? One try.
Very classy. Slow to his feet, but he's had a good afternoon. Ethan Quay Ward now.
Quade Ward with a goosey over halfway. Got 6 players here on the blind side, but they go to the open side, to the Broncos.
Here's Sailor again. Look at him go.
Parslow to beat. Goes in, got the wheels. Goes all the way. Try time. And Sailor says, good night. 24 points to 16. And the Broncos end in a flurry.
Well, how good has he been, Tristan Sailor? I've mentioned his name a lot since he came on during that second quarter of this three-quarter afternoon here at BMD Cougar Oval. He's been a class above. He's a very classy player. It's a pity he's behind Reece Walsh in this squad, but he's a proven NRL player. He's such a good player. As you see there, he just puts on the afterburners. See you later. He didn't worry about the support he had, did he, John? He knew that he was going to get to the try line there.
Yeah, you got a feel for Will Parslow there. It was just a one-on-one, a man with pace. Just swerved around him, really, because of that speed.
A really good third quarter here from the Broncos. They'll get away with the win, but Wynnum can hold their head high. They've really, at stages here, John, they've went toe-to-toe, and at stages they've been better than the Broncos as well. But just when it comes down to the clutch here, the Broncos come up trumps.
Yeah, and that is conversion successful, 26 points to 16. So a win for the Brisbane Broncos. A better showing this year here from the Seagulls. They got pumped last year, and they led with about 8 minutes to go here. But the Broncos come home with a flurry. And, yeah, as you said, Cam, a good hit out there by the Seagulls. Yeah, thankfully, no injuries from either squads.
Absolutely. They can both hold their heads high. Those try scorers for the Brisbane Broncos, Credence Toya, Ethan Quay Ward, Josiah Karapani, and Bailey True. 3 from 3 off the boot of Kobe Black, 0 from 2 off the boot of Josh Rogers. As we have a look at some of the tries of the afternoon here. It was all started by Jono Rubin. We thought, hello, the winner man, the Seagulls have come to play. This man can find the try line as he did on that occasion. They skipped out to a 10-point lead here thanks to some ball playing from Parslow and Donovan Sorsioni. Hopewadi score in the corner. And then after that, it was the Broncos' turn. Some good lead-up play from Butler. Played it back to Moser, and they went out to this left-hand side. And this was when Tristan Sailor come on and started to inject himself. Have a look at this pill. He had a couple of try assists this afternoon. That one was beautiful, but probably wasn't his best either. Because we'll get to one later, the Ethan Quay Ward try, which was absolutely amazing. We see here Tristan Saylor involved again, bats the ball back to Karabani. Karabani, a bit of acrobatics and scores in the corner. We have a 10 points to 8 ball game there, and Wynnum keep it rolling through here. Josh Stuckey, and we thought Wynnum might get away with the win here because they started to roll on, and when the big fella scored, the chookie went up. And now it's the Broncos ball playing again. Saylor, this is the one I was talking about, a beautiful kick. Ethan Quayward falls over the try line, but a great assist there from Tristan Saylor. And then it was the Broncos going again. Kobe Black, little grubber kick through. Credence Toyer pinched it, said thank you very much, and the Broncos went to the lead for the first time. And then after that, as we saw just before, Tristan Saylor in his own half, just backed his speed, sells a dummy here, little goose step away from one, away from two, sees the fullback and says, you're not going to get me, goes all the way and scores under the sticks to send the Broncos fans home happy here. Great try, great outing from Tristan Saylor.
Yeah, fired out of a cannon, was he there? So good hit out by. Lots to impress from both sides here, I thought, Cam, and I think there's a lot to like about both squads, and it should be an exciting year for the Seagulls and the Broncos. Well, on behalf of myself, Cameron Anker, and myself, John Devine, thank you for your company here this afternoon. Gloomy conditions for those of you tuned in. We wish both sides all the best. There's Reece Walsh over there taking a few selfies over there. I might go and do the same thing, Cam, because that's what they want, the fans. And we'll see you again very, very soon. And thank you to all our sponsors here at BMD Cougar. And goodbye, and enjoy your rest of your Saturday.
See you then.
Did you think you could keep me folded up, tucked away? Your personal two-dimensional friend, a paper doll tucked away. No, you won't forget me, folded up, tucked away in your breast pocket, close to your heart.